if you go on vacation and don't hit up the local comic book store, you are missing out on the opportunity to find some great deals. You never know what you'll find. Now, I went over the MLK weekend to the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and there are not a lot of comic book stores there. And actually, one I went to, and it was closed, and the site was for rent, and that was a bummer. But then there was another one a mile away, and I was able to go to this used bookstore and find some comic books and pick some things up that I was surprised to find. So I went to two stores over the long weekend, and I found this many books. So these have some surprises in here, and I think I made out pretty good. So before I jump into this haul, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment down below after you watch and let me know what you thought. It's important to know that these comic book stores were not labeled as comic book stores per se. They were toy stores, record store, novelty, nostalgia, paraphernalia. So it had a whole lot of different things. And frankly, some of the prices were ridiculous. Some of the prices on the books I was laughing at because they either thought they had something that was worth it. And, you know, if you're in the hobby and you see a book for $5 every day and then you see them, another store have it for 35, you're like, what's going on here? But you never know what you'll find because sometimes you might luck out. And if you go away to sleepy beach towns, they have stock there and there's not a lot of people going in the winter. Let's be honest. So the first store I went to had a bunch of indie books I picked up. But the one Marvel book I picked up from them was Marvel Team Up 66. This is the second Captain Britain in mainstream Marvel Universe, and this might be the first arcade. Picked this up for $15. It's a little bit market rate, but it's a really nice copy. So I was, surprised that these type of stores, they might get manhandled, and I'm surprised it even has a bag. There's plenty of stuff that did not have a bag. He had some Valiant comics that were beat to hell, and he was selling them for like 15, 20 bucks. I was like, that was the 90s. This is not. So, well, I would have picked them up for like $2. They had it for like 20, 25 bucks. I was like, no, not going to do it. But this, I'll pick it up because Captain Britain, I think, is right on the cusp of being out there. So that's a good one to have. Always good to have this Bronze Age book because this is 1977. The thing that really whet my appetite to keep hunting there was one of the bins, and these were all in like these large Tupperware like basins, like plastic tubs that you would soak your feet in. Hopefully they didn't, but they had books piled up like this, and you had to just kind of lift them up and sort through them. So one of the bins had a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. So the Archie run, and they were all $5 each, including the first issue, newsstand. And what's important to note is that these books are often beat. They are beat at the stores because they were kids' books. These are the books that I started collecting in 1990, 1991. That's when I started collecting comic books. So this is the first issue, newsstand, and it's the limited series. So there's issues 1, 2, and 3. So I picked them all up for $5 each. That was exciting. That's exciting because this book, I mean, someone had this set on eBay not too long ago, sold it for like $150. I'm not sure it's worth that, but it could have been shill bidding, who knows. But $150 versus $15, I'll take that any day. This book alone is worth more than $15, probably worth more than what I paid for everything. But just super cool. And I don't see any spine ticks. I think the corners are tight. They're not soft. And yeah, just really awesome. So that was the mini series. What else did I find? Well, they didn't have the ongoing series issue number 1. I thought they did, but I think that's what I thought this issue was. They had issue number 2. Issue number 3, newsstand. Issue number 4, I remember this issue in particular when I was a kid. All of these stuff I loved. I had the action figures. I mean, who collected the act? Well, I didn't collect. I played with them. That was my youth. Let's see. This is issue 5. Issue 6. And there's a bunch of first appearances of these characters, these villains. Issue 7. And issue 8. Wingnut Screw Loose. Remember that? This is nostalgia at its best. These were super fun to find for $5 each. So it's kind of driven me to like keep an eye out for them in the wild. They're out there. Some of the older ones, beyond issue 25, 30, 40, I think it got beyond 50. Some of those older ones are pricey. And if you can find great deals on them, they're great to pick up. Or you can let me know. The other store I went to was a used bookstore that had a very decently dedicated section for comic books. They even had the first appearance of Red Sonja, or the first full appearance on the cover, Conan 24. They had it for like $45. I thought about buying it. I was like, I'm going to wait. So I did find Witchblade number 10. This is the first Darkness, I believe. And then I found a bunch of Savage Dragon. So 158. I love the Emperor Dragon run, and this is Dragon War, but I don't know if that's part of the same. Can't remember. 158, low print run. 194. 199. Cool colors, solid books. 198. They had some other ones there, but they were a little bit more beat up, so I just picked the best condition. 169. And 192. So some of these are keys, minor keys. Some of those I paid a range. So I paid anywhere between $4 for this one to $7, $8. The last one I paid $15, but I think it goes for higher than that. So those are the books I found while hunting and on some free time while on vacation. So it doesn't hurt to look around when you're in a sleepy beach town, or it's a sleepy town that is a tourist town, but then the tourists go away. So what might be piling up in those bins that people aren't hunting for until the tourists come back in May, June, July, whatever. So I think I made out pretty well. I was pretty happy about that. Excited about those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books. Say that 10 times fast. And yeah, so that's the haul. Thanks for watching. Nice, short, and sweet. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. If not, feel free to put a comment down below, and I will see you next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.